It happened in just a few seconds, a small moment, easy to overlook, but powerful enough to reveal something most people never truly see, a person's real character. Not the polished public image, not the carefully rehearsed royal demeanor, not the headlines or the controversies or the palace narratives. Just the raw truth of who someone is when no one expects anything extraordinary from them. And on the day Prince William opened the Rob Burrow Centre for Motor Neuron Disease, that truth unfolded in a way that left everyone who witnessed it stunned. Before we dive in, there's something I need to share with you. Over the past few days, thousands have watched these stories unfold, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, I invite you now to join us. Subscribe to Crownverse so you never miss the next chapter in this unfolding royal history. When Prince William arrived at the center, this wasn't a grand royal spectacle. There were no dramatic trumpets, no balcony waves, no global broadcasts arranged months in advance. It was a quiet building in Leeds, visited by people carrying both grief and pride. It was a day dedicated to Rob Burrow, the late rugby league legend whose battle with motor neuron disease had captured the hearts of the entire country. For 5 long years, Rob fought the disease with a dignity and spirit that inspired millions. When he passed away on June 2, 2024, at just 41 years old, the nation mourned the loss of a man who had shown courage until the very end. It was in those first moments on site, surrounded by Rob's family and closest allies, that Prince William showed something deeper than duty. Kevin Sinfield, the man who ran through unimaginable pain, cold, and exhaustion to raise millions for MND research, described William in a way that carried weight far beyond a throwaway comment. He said that William was a caring guy, a man of his word, someone who had promised Rob he would attend the opening and kept that promise. That might seem small at first glance, but in a world where promises are often made for optics and discarded when convenient, fulfilling a personal vow to a dying man carries enormous emotional weight, especially when that man, Rob Burrow, embodied strength, resilience, and humility in a way that very few public figures ever do. For William, honoring that commitment was not a matter of protocol. It wasn't a scheduled royal duty. It was personal. What struck people most was how William interacted with Rob's family and friends. Kevin Sinfield recalled that William didn't show up for a quick handshake or a staged photo. He arrived with an authentic presence, listening, speaking gently, and embracing the people he left behind. There were no stiff gestures or rushed movements. Witnesses described warmth, patience, and a willingness to fully humanize the moment. While the precise emotional reactions of William cannot be confirmed beyond what was seen publicly, many observers felt he was deeply moved by the occasion. These interpretations, though subjective, spread widely among those present and those watching from afar. Rob's friend Kevin spoke about how extraordinary the moment felt, like the presence of the future king added legitimacy and respect to a cause that had already been carried on the shoulders of 2 remarkable athletes. Kevin described the day as really special, and those words carried a weight that couldn't be faked. His gratitude wasn't political, rehearsed, or forced. It was raw and real. For William, the opening of the center wasn't just another item on his royal schedule. It was a reflection of values he has quietly carried for years: duty grounded in humanity, compassion rooted in action, and respect for ordinary people whose courage surpasses that of many world leaders. William has often been described by supporters as someone who feels more comfortable among everyday citizens than he does in gilded palace rooms. Whether or not this perception is universally shared cannot be verified, but the belief is widespread, and moments like these strengthen that image. Rob Burrow himself had become a symbol of perseverance, bravery, and relentless optimism. Diagnosed in 2019, he spent his final years raising awareness, raising funds, and inspiring countless people facing MND or other life-altering conditions. Government officials, athletes, healthcare workers, and families touched by MND looked to him as a source of strength. Prince William recognized that impact long before Burrow's passing, awarding him a CBE in recognition of his extraordinary service. He called Rob an inspiration, a statement that resonated across the nation. But what happened at the center's opening wasn't about official honors. It was something more intimate. The interaction between Prince William and the Burrow family showed a version of the future king that many people feel they rarely see. Genuine, grounded, emotional. One could sense a profound respect in the air, a recognition of the magnitude of the work Rob and Kevin had done and the lasting legacy of a man who had given everything to make life better for others. Kevin highlighted the importance of BBC Breakfast's involvement in spreading awareness, and he spoke about how the country had fallen in love with Rob's family. That sense of unity across sports, across regions, across social divides made the opening of the center not just a celebration, but a collective reflection on what human strength truly looks like. Rob's journey had displayed a bravery that overshadowed many public figures. William being there added another dimension. He represented continuity, stability, and institutional respect. Some viewers commented during the BBC segment that Kevin Sinfield deserves a knighthood for his extraordinary contributions. While the idea of William personally awarding him a knighthood is speculation and not confirmed by any official channels, the admiration for Kevin is unquestionable. He pushed his body to the brink repeatedly in support of his friend. He ran through nights, through storms, through pain most people could barely imagine. His love for Rob transcended sport and became a national movement for awareness and scientific advancement. William's presence at the event bridged two worlds, the royal institution and the raw, deeply emotional world of personal struggle and national solidarity. In some ways, this moment highlighted why many supporters believe William will one day be a king rooted more in empathy than ceremony. That belief, of course, is just a belief, but one reinforced by moments like this, where he seems to understand the emotional gravity of the people he meets. It is important to note that interpretations of William's emotional sincerity are subjective. There is no way to verify personal intentions or inner feelings, but what can be confirmed is that his public behavior demonstrated patience, warmth, and a willingness to fully engage with the families present. But what truly set this moment apart were the small interactions. The handshakes held a little longer, the gentle tone of voice, the moments where he leaned in closely, listening without interrupting. These details mattered. The small human gestures often speak louder than grand speeches. And in those seconds, people watching felt they saw the heart of the man who will one day wear the crown. What makes this story especially powerful is not just William's empathy, but the contrast it creates in a monarchy often weighed down by scandal, tension, and public division. With controversy swirling around other members of the family, this kind of grounded, sincere engagement offers the public something they rarely receive: an image of leadership rooted in compassion rather than crisis management.